one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some gas off the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody. Dig, drop. You're finished. Hey, firm down. This is weird. Get worse than that side.
All right. I remember that intro. I was like, wait a minute. Where is that thing? All right. Here we are. Look at us for our first after hours Jets Fest in a long time. Since I started working again, at least. I mean, shit. That was back in early May. So it's been a long time. I'm happy to be back. And we'll talk a little bit. I'll admit, guys, at least 50% of the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm hoping for some Jets news. I have to admit, okay, that's really what's going on here. But there's so much left to say, right? We have things to discuss. And I mean, look, it's 10:30. Last night we started the mock at 10 p.m. And I guess it was maybe around quarter to 11 or so that we got our first news. I think the first one was Kinlaw, then Tyrod Taylor. So not a bad. Well, no, the first one was Jonathan Smith. Then it was Kinlaw or Taylor. Then it was Kinlaw. Who cares, right? Who cares about the order of it? But so who knows, man? We're here. We're right in that pocket. 10:33 p.m. And we'll get to see if we get a little bit of news, a couple drips. So I'm happy to do it. And this is good shit, man. So welcome back to the After Hours Jets Fest. I will say I missed this show. Going to work in the morning is for the birds, everybody. I mean, I like my job and I like the people I work with. I like what I do, but I miss being in an RV, driving around, staying up till 3 a.m. with you, just sleeping till whenever, because I'm in fucking Ohio, just gonna go ride roller coasters later. You know what I mean? That was a pretty good life I did for 2 years. But hey, life changes, things happen. So Jay-Z checking in, member for 8 months. Right on, man. Stream Beaner Supreme. I'm concerned that this Rodgers VP talk will hurt our free agent prospects. Just more crap we have to deal with. Shake my head. Dude, that's my exact feeling. Now, I'll tell you guys something. I happen to like RFK. I don't like the sentiment that, he can't win because he's a third-party guy. But no matter which side you're on, I like the guy. I do. I've listened to a few podcasts. I genuinely like him. But, man, can you leave us alone, you son of a bitch? Get out of here with this. Just like Jay-Z's saying, all this is more noise for the Jets. Like, can you believe it, guys? Where the fuck does this come from? I've never heard of such madness. I mean, our owner was the ambassador to the United Kingdom, and we got his little brother as an owner. Like, that alone is ridiculous. Why do we deal with this? What is no other team in the NFL touches what we deal with? Nobody. No, and I maintain this. There's no other team that deals with the shit that dude, even Super Bowl week, the Jets news was out front. The drama, the articles and it's crazy, man. Whether it was, the Athletic article and then what's his name jumps in, the other guy, I always forget his name, but that guy jumps in. And it's just so crazy, dude. It's noise. And I bet it does impact. I mean, it's not real. It's not going to, I'd be blown away. But it would be a very Jetsy thing to happen. Think about that. We trade for Aaron Rodgers. We don't get 1 game. We don't get 3 games. We don't get 5 games. We get 4 plays on the biggest night of the world, right? September 11th. Madness in MetLife. The energy's so thick you can cut it with a knife. Aaron Rodgers runs out with the American flag, 4 plays. And then he gets hurt. He's miraculous healing process and all the jazz. And then he comes back and we don't get him again because now he's going to go on tour to be the vice president. Come on. And have you heard of such madness? Huh? Anybody? Has anybody ever heard of such madness? Not me. Rusty Spooner. I like JD, but he definitely needs Imodium after shitting the bed with the getting nothing from Huff pisses me off, dude. You know, and you guys know I've been arguing about it, right? I've been told for months now. It's foolish to franchise them because you can't allocate the dollars, you know, at the beginning of free agent. And I understand. Well, there's an aggressive GM like GB right here would be. I would have figured this out months ago, and I would have told Bryce Huff and anybody else of value, you're well aware of that this is a business. We're going to work with you. We're not going to send you to the abyss if we can help it, right? We'll work with you. But we already know, you know, which teams are interested and all that kind of stuff. We can talk to other teams about stuff, you know. We can shoot the shit. They all talk. I mean, it is baloney about legal tamper. It's all bullshit. It's all smoke, in my opinion. You just got to be smart, and you can't be ridiculous about it. And they're all talking, and we know, okay, the Eagles and the Chiefs and the Seahawks are interested, and here's what they're going to offer. And you work it out, dude. You work it out, and you get a pick. You get an asset. This idea that, you know, oh, if teams know that you don't want them, then they can't bullshit. It happens all the time. All the time. Teams know that a player and a team aren't going to work out, but they, you know, there's still competition for the player. It's not like all of a sudden he's free. So I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And I knew he'd get the money that he got. I was told even before Connor Hughes came out and said that his source told him 13 million or so. I was told 12 million, 13 million, part-time player, blah, 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 blah. I said, bullshit. Bullshit. So, Yoshi, the way we're moving in free agency is glacial-like. I did not expect it to be this slow. When is JD and Sal needs promising year to sell? I got to agree. I have to agree with you, man. You know, Yoshi, it's like, look, up until last offseason, as you guys know, I was a big supporter of Joe Douglas's process. Now, the injuries and stuff were killing him. I didn't like the Zach Wilson pick. That's neither here nor there. He chose a quarterback at the second. That makes sense. I get it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the quarterback. I didn't like the player very much. But that aside, you understand the process. You understand the draft. His drafts make sense for the most part. And then you get into the late rounds. You just take athletic guys, and that makes sense too, right? It all makes sense. And look at our team. Our team is significantly better than it has been in the 10 years prior. You know, scrape out 2015, of course. But, you know, we didn't do anything last year. And then our first round pick is an edge. It just made no sense, right? And we know this. So going into this year, Yoshi, there should be urgency, dude. And again, you don't have to be reckless. You don't have to be, excuse me, going crazy, being the guy who's setting the market and all that kind of shit. But at the same time, you couldn't have got a Luminor. You couldn't have thrown a Luminor on the million. I think you could have. I think you could figure all this out. But who knows? Tonight might be huge, so who knows? The Bryce Huff thing upset me. He's gone. It is what it is. But we're 24 hours into that. So anybody telling me, oh, come on, get over it. Fuck you. How's that sound? I'll have my feelings. Okay. We're allowed to have feelings, everybody. So, Joe Douglas, I don't know. I just don't think there's urgency, but he could be aggressively fighting right now for Tyron Smith, Tyler Boyd, trading T. Higgins. Did you see the tweet that said the Vikings turned down the Cincinnati Bengals offered 2 firsts and T. Higgins for Justin Jefferson, and they said no? I don't know if that's accurate or true, but damn. 2 firsts and T. Higgins for Justin Jefferson? I don't think there's any doubt that Jefferson's a better receiver, but T. Higgins is no slouch. And 2 firsts. I don't know. RB Gamer wants to know when to worry. You can worry right now if you want. Why not? Go ahead and worry, RB. Why not, dude? You can do whatever you want. But I think legitimately when to worry is, when the guys are gone. That's when to worry, when the guys that are going to help this team are gone. So when Tyron Smith is gone, who are the other tackles? Donovan Smith. I don't know, man. Bakhtiari, of course. I think that's the guy we end up with. And once we get him, what do you think? I'm going to complain all year? I'm not going to complain. Maybe the first day. I'm saying it now. That guy scares the shit out of me. Tyron Smith scares me. Both, when they're on the field, are studs. I don't think there's any question about that. But man, Richard Allen, what's up, buddy? The best the best the draft will get us is a right offensive tackle. So we need to sign a left offensive tackle. Well, that's not necessarily true. I know why you're saying that, because the idea that Fashanu and Alt will be gone before we pick, and then Latham and Waga are really rights. Mims, I don't know. I don't think there's a guarantee that both will be gone. I think likely if there's a chance one of them are there, it'll be Fashanu. And I am of the thought if Fashanu's sitting there at 10, you grab him, you take him. Ricky would have handled it last year. Yeah, hello. Me, you guys know my offensive lineman last year was Anton Harrison. He was on the board. It's not that I was against taking, what was it, Broderick Jones? I would have, that's fine if he was there. But I would have taken Anton Harrison without a second thought. If you want to slide back a couple spots, I think the Jets did try to slide back. It didn't look like it was going to work for them. Okay, fine. You can't get the extra pick, then take him. Just take the guy. They took Will McDonald, a project edge rusher, when we were stacked. So it doesn't make sense. And we used the first on one last year, Bryce. So the whole thing, we could have went receiver last year, right? This year we got to nail it. So it is. It's just, it's tough. It's tough to watch. And we're still very, very early. It's not even really free agency yet. So yes, we're being a bit presumptuous, but we're also a damaged lot, right? We're also a damaged bunch of folks. Is that fair enough to say? Sodak checking in. What's up, buddy? He says, is it possible there's a bidding war for? I think that's exactly what's going on. It was rumored that the Patriots were in the lead. The Patriots were in it. So there was a rumor that he's close to signing with an AFC East team. That could be the Jets. That could be the Patriots. But the other rumor was that the Patriots were in the lead. So that would suck. But if there's a bidding war going on, then you got to get Aaron Rodgers involved. You got to bring all the guns. You got to say, dude, don't even have a quarterback yet. Tyron Smith. We don't know who. So look, what is it going to be? Jaden Daniels? Okay, great. We don't know what the hell he is, really. You're going to do that? You're going to help to, at this stage of your career, do you want to do that? That's what I'd say. I said, dude, we got Aaron Rodgers and we got Tyrod Taylor to back him up. And we're going to take a rookie. We're going to take Jordan Travis. So we're going to have all this. Don't you worry. We got, dude, who's their wide receiver core? We got Garrett Wilson. We're going to have Tyler Boyd any minute. That kind of a thing. Let's get some news. Anybody got any news? Anybody got any news? Any news out there, everybody? I'm scrolling. Milk Thumbs, that's right. Don't forget to hit the Milk Thumbs. If you haven't subscribed, got almost 700 of you in here tonight. If you subscribe, that'd be great. We got a bunch of Twitter folks in here. So if you guys could follow me on Twitter, that'd be nice too. Little help, little love for the fellow Jets fan you see before you. I've been here this is my 42nd year, 1982, 42nd year. Jesus, Virginia. 42 years of this baloney. Swamp Ranger says, what's my thoughts on drafting an edge rusher at 10, being that Huff is gone? Dude, I would be destroyed. I would be so disenchanted with that type of a move. I don't care who it is either. Verse. I just don't care. That would be the worst. 2 years, 3 edge rushers in a row, and you let one walk when we don't have offensive line or wide receiver. It just doesn't make sense. Welcome, Michael. It's been a long time since I've done this one. It's been a long time. We're going to do, I don't know, we'll do 30, 40 minutes of this one tonight, I think. We'll see. We'll see. I've never been good with the timepiece. Snoopy checking in. What's up, Snoop? Bean, I think A-Rod is gone. RFK has many he wants to run with, but only domain name Kennedy Rogers registered at GoDaddy. Oh, my God. Is that real? Kenny Rogers came up for me. So I didn't look at GoDaddy. I just wanted to see what it looked like. I don't think it's real, Snoop. I think it's a bunch of baloney. That's what I think. I think this is just more shit that Jets fans got to deal with, unlike every other team in the NFL. Give me a team that deals with this. We deal with this, right? We deal with being the number one story at Super Bowl week when we haven't been in a Super Bowl since 1969. We deal with the quarterback that we got nothing out of so far, that Green Bay was looking to get rid of, the second Green Bay Packer quarterback that we took at the back end of their career, and they have another one. They just keep bringing in young guys, grooming them, and we take their old guy, and it doesn't work, and now he's going to be the fucking vice presidential candidate. I couldn't, what do we do? What do we do with this noise? I don't know. So it'll be tough to stomach, dude. Again, we've already seen our owner leave for political office. His might as well be. His little brother takes over the team, and he hires Adam Gase. He waits to fire Mike McCagnon until he spends $120 million and uses all our draft picks for a 5th failed draft, other than Quinnen Williams, of course, who at the time was not the right pick. I'm happy now, of course, my favorite Jet, but at the time it made no sense for the team we had. And he gives us these uniforms that we're getting rid of. I mean, the entire era is just like, go away. And now we got this. Andre says, tell all the young fans to shut up about the VP news. I'd like to. I wish I could. Look at this. Boy Green in the house. What's up, Paul? He says, Samini, my buddy Samini says at least 3 teams are bidding for Mekhi Becton in free agency. There you go. Good. I hope he gets $100 million. That's what I hope. I hope he gets 5 years, $100 million. That's what I want. I want as big of a contract as possible, Paul, so we can neutralize the Bryce Huff, or not the Bryce Huff, so we can neutralize some of the free agent. It'll be a good one. So if we lose Bryce Huff for 4th round money, and we lose Becton for 3rd, 4th round money, I would be delighted. You got to start losing some of these guys because it's important for the comp pick formula next year, the next time around, right? We got 3 this year for the first time in a long time, a 6th and 2 7ths. We got Mr. Irrelevant this year via the comp pick formula. That's always fun. We've never had that before, so that'll be a fun thing to do. But yeah, I hope Becton gets big money. I hope Laken Tomlinson gets signed. I want all of these guys to get signed. Anybody we don't want, I want to see him get signed. But I would like to see a few guys brought back. I wanted to see Quentin Jefferson brought back. That doesn't look good. Al Woods is definitely not. I think Al Woods will retire. Quentin Jefferson will get signed, but we don't know if it'll happen in the window. I don't think we signed him in the window last year. where comp picks matter, that impact the comp pick formula. So, yeah, well, that's exciting news, Paul. I'm glad you brought that in here because that's good news. Well, here's the thing, Gator, the great Gator McCluskey in the house, everybody. If Aaron Rodgers becomes the VP, do we get like some? Do the Jets get some extra loving? We get a little push from the government side of things, like, hey, stop beating up the Jets. If we're going to have these NFL scripts, how about you stop calling so much holding on the Jets? Like the Chiefs have never been called for a hold in a Super Bowl when Deontay or Donovan Smith is a holding machine. Holding machine, dude. He held all game. Ridiculous. Is it not ridiculous, guys? We had to deal with the Patriots never getting high. It's ridiculous. So, hey, maybe that'll be the benefit, Gator. We don't get any compensatory picks, though. So maybe he puts in a law that the Jets always get a compensatory pick, no matter what. How about that? The Jets get an extra third every single year. Wouldn't that be great? I would. Is that worth losing Aaron Rodgers to the office? I don't know. I don't know if that'll do it. Kyron checking in. What's up, man? He says, if we get an offensive tackle in free agency, I'd be okay with trading back from 10 for a wide receiver. Brian Thomas from LSU. He's not, if you slide back, how far are you sliding back? If you're sliding back far enough to get a second, that's in the 20s. Brian Thomas likely won't be there. I don't think. I think Brian Thomas is the fourth wide receiver taken in this draft. That's what I think. You got Marvin Harrison, you got Neighbors, you got Odunze, and then you got Brian Thomas. That's that's my list. So I don't know. I think you got to be careful, man. You can't get cute, as they say. I do like the idea of sliding back a little bit. I think the idea of sliding back 3 spots is a good one, but I don't know if that'll net you a second unless there's a little bit of a bidding war and you tell who is it? What is it? I think let me see here. The Raiders just signed Minshew for kind of starting money. Yeah, and that's who's at 13. That was kind of, they still might come up though for a young quarterback. If the Giants don't take McCarthy, and he's sitting there at 10, you're going to get some offers, no doubt. It's just how far do you want to go back? Who else needs a quarterback? Denver at 12. That would make sense. Minnesota just signed Sammy Darnold. You see, they're saying, I think Sam's going to do great in Minnesota. Why? What has he shown you? Somebody said to me today, coaching. I said, well, how great did he do with Shanahan? I mean, he looks okay, and he came in, he fumbled, he looks like Sam. Sam's got talent. Nobody's saying otherwise. Sam's an inconsistent quarterback who, I don't know, you keep Justin Jefferson, you throw to Justin Jefferson, but Sam Darnold had DJ Moore and Terrace Marshall and McCaffrey down, and a chosen one down in Carolina. He failed. He failed to the degree that the coaching staff got fired. Remember, Brady got fired after 1 year, and then Rule got fired the next year. He goes with Shanahan. He can't beat out Purdy, which I don't think was ever on the table, but he came in, he looked okay, and then he chokes. So I don't know. Maybe Denver. Maybe the Raiders still. But Minshew's money, what was Minshew's contract again? So Minshew, let's see. 2-year, $25 million. Maybe that's not guaranteed starter money, but that's, pretty high backup money. I guess is he not the top backup? Him, Brissett? Who else is a top backup? Who's better than Minshew? So maybe that'd be optimal if we could slide back 3 spots. Because Denver might take who's their right tackle? I don't remember. So you got you got Minnesota and Denver in there that could take your guy. But if you're going to go wide receiver, I don't know, thinking out loud here. Oh, Mo, I hate you. That would not be the way. He's going to go on a dark retreat to say, I need to figure this VP thing out. Crazy. Matt Simon checking in. Hey, GreenBean, maybe we'll get lucky and Woody and his brother will leave again. Who's next? Do they have a cousin? You know what? Christopher Johnson came in and thought he's like, dude, I got this. This is going to be easy. Right? We had Mike McCarthy out there saying, I want to coach the Jets and only the Jets. If it's not the Jets, I'm going to take a year off. And then we had Matt Rule, who just turned 2 franchises around, 2 schools around in college. And we take Adam Gase, who was just fired ceremoniously in Miami. Just a joke because of one phone call. I just can't take it. That fucking press conference. You guys remember that? What happened, Dane? What are you saying, Per Connor? Hit the like. There you go. Is there any news yet, guys? Do we have any signings? What happened? Ricky says if we land Keenan Allen for pick 1-4, yeah, we'll calm down. No doubt. You think that's realistic, though, buddy? You think that's realistic? Good pull, project prospect with Dom. See, definitely the truth. Lakin was a cut, so he doesn't count against our comp pick. For in a positive way. Comp picks. It's only unrestricted free agents. It's not cuts. So he's not an unrestricted free agent, of course, but interesting stuff. What else we got here? What else you got? Any news? What's up, Mess? Let's see. Maybe VP Rodgers gets us a stadium. Yeah, maybe, right? This could be a good thing, guys. You got to think long game. I don't know what's going on in my eye tonight. Maybe it's a good thing, everybody. Maybe it's a good thing that Aaron Rodgers, and then we can use our 10 overall pick on JJ McCarthy, and we can do that whole thing. Throw another poor kid to the wolves. Oh, my God. That'd be great. That would be great. Braden's here. What's up, Braden? If we get Tyron Smith in free agency, I'd be happy to slide back and taking JPJ. Hell yeah. That'd be that. Now, see, I don't know. Look, I still think we shouldn't look at one signing as the cure-all. But if you do get Tyron Smith, sliding back, grabbing JPJ, and then using the pick that you get from the slide back on a developmental tackle with some upside, Jordan Morgan, that kind of a guy, not with some upside. I think Jordan Morgan's going to work out. I just don't think immediately. And that's a plan. Then you got to use your third on wide receiver. That'd be great. Tigo, what's up, buddy? He says the Jets did have wide receiver coaches at Oregon today for Troy Franklin, so that might be an option. But I thought they were there for Bo Nix. What happened? Yeah, I mean, look, I think it doesn't. Look, the fact that the Jets are at a school, and Tigo was talking about it earlier in our thread. It doesn't necessarily mean due diligence is one thing. Go. I mean, they could be looking at a 6th round, cornerback. For all we know, they could be looking at anybody. They can be looking at anybody there. I don't know who was on display today, but it's could be anybody. Hennessy checking in. No way we take anything other than an offensive tackle round. No, I think wide receiver is in play. It all depends on what we're able to pull together in free agency, in my opinion. But man, I would be unhappy if we don't nail down tackle and we go other than tackle in the draft. I'll be upset because this is a very, very strong tackle class, in my opinion. What else we got here? Who else is talking? Oh, Any news on Zach Wilson? Nope. Nope. No Zachy Poo news. One more big thing to hear about this kid. Where is he going? Is he cut? Is he traded? Like that whole thing. That's all we got. Yeah, I think Richard's right. He wanted an opportunity to start. And even if they look, so if the Raiders traded up a couple spots, gave us a third or even a second, if there's competition. The Raiders have a second? Let me make sure. Las Vegas Raiders. All right. Yeah, they have pick 44. That's high. To move up 3 spots. But let's just say, even if it's their third, which is 77, if they trade up for a quarterback, it's and they have a competition, that makes perfect sense. And you can start Minshew for the first 5-6 games, that kind of a thing. Makes sense. Right-handed downtown Brooklyn, baby. No more Zach. Thank God. Exactly right, dude. Exactly right. Look, I don't have any stones to throw at the person who is Zach Wilson, right? He's done nothing wrong, and as far as, the person. And I never root against the people, guys. Like I say that all the time. I'm filled with venom and hatred for the players and the teams. And I don't root for Jets that go to other teams. I don't. I haven't yet. Mims might have been the closest thing. If I saw him running around, I'd like to see Mims get some retribution. But even that, as soon as he caught it, as soon as he was good, I'd hate him. If even a guy like that, if he went out there and he caught a whole bunch of touchdowns, I'd be like, fuck that guy. I'm telling you, I know how I roll. But the people, I don't want anybody to hurt. I don't want them to have loss in their lives and their family. I don't want any of that. People. Football. Screw you, buddy. I hate deeply in the game, in the NFL world. Look at Tin Star. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. We don't get Tyron Smith, and I want a tackle at 10 and a tackle at 72 or earlier. If we can manage to trade up, I wouldn't be against that at all. I do like the idea of tackle at 10, wide receiver at 72, because I think the wide receiver talent and immediate impact is going to be more prevalent at 72 than the tackles. But we're not looking for a starting tackle. But it all depends on what we do. Like, so if we don't get Tyler Boyd, Curtis Samuel, somebody of that ilk in here before the draft, I think you need to go wide receiver, 10 star. That's my thoughts on the matter. But I wouldn't be upset if they went tackle at 10 and 72 rolls around and they get another lineman, tackle, or interior. I'm not going to complain. Not at all. Money Mitch, I don't think we're getting shit for Zach Wilson. Sad to say. I just don't. I just don't see it. It's sad to say. Denzel Mims or Stephen Hill, I don't think there's a comparison. I don't think there's a comparison. And even when, like, college, even what they've done in the NFL, let's look at Stephen Hill's stats real quick. Stephen Hill he had 1 game. Mims at least had his rookie seasons. I throw Stephen Mims. Hill. Jets. Let's do that. Okay, so here's his stats. Stephen Hill has a total of 45 receptions for 594 yards. He does have 4 touchdowns, though. Mims had 0, except in preseason. He had that big, awesome, amazing touchdown. Remember that? So let's see. He had, for his rookie year, 2012, he had 21 receptions, and the next year he had 24. So let's look at Mimsy Poo. The thing is, Mims, they were like adversaries to Mims, right? So Mims has 92 receptions. I'm sorry, 42 receptions. What did Hill have again? 45. That's crazy. So, I mean, statistically, But again, I think Mims had, they didn't like Mims, dude. And I think it's a sad thing. It was weird. Adam Gase, he was doing great. They fucking fed him the poisoned salmon and everything changed. Everything changed. Making him learn 3 positions. It's crazy. I didn't know what that was. They didn't like him. It's just that simple. They didn't like him and they wanted to get rid of him. And every time they'd put him on the field, he would do something. They let him play 5 plays, get a penalty, and then they bench him. It's, whatever. Whatever. Gibson. I don't know, Richard. I like Gibson well enough, but he's not stopping me from taking anybody. He's a decent punt guy. I mean, he did a lot of mistakes last year. He's a rookie, undrafted free agent. What do you expect? That's right. Don't eat seafood. Remember Frankie? Frankie said the lesson is always get the beef. That's what you do. You always get the beef. I'd like to find that clip. I don't remember where it is. It's going to be far, far, far away. Did I play it recently? I don't know if I did. It's way back in my world. I'll look for it while I'm doing this. I think Brownlee with Rodgers will emerge as a diamond in the rough. Well, that was the hope last year, man. Rodgers liked him. I think one of the reasons that he made it was Rodgers spoke very, very highly of him and liked him, which is a major nod, right, man? If you're going to have anybody's support, having Aaron Rodgers' support is a big one, especially when the offensive coordinator is Rodgers' let's just call him friend. Let's call him friend. Adam says, we need to get you JD's job and salary. I would take half of that salary. Half of it. Where's the beef? Jeremy, you already ate the beef, dude. That's the problem. Jeremy already ate the beef, everybody. I got to find this clip for you guys. Holton, what's up with Holton? Where you been? Who's our next head coach and who's our next GM at this rate? I'll tell you what, I think these guys are going to be here while Aaron Rodgers is here. It just doesn't make sense to do otherwise. Say what you want, say what you will. That's how I see it. I think these guys are here to stay if Aaron Rodgers is here. That said, if this blows up this year in spectacular fashion, Aaron Rodgers is the VP candidate and they're stuck with Tyrod Taylor, he gets injured and we're back to Tim Boyle-esque play, I think they get rid of everybody. And I would say the Vrabel thing. Did Vrabel ever get hired? Is Vrabel anywhere? Mike Vrabel? He is. No, he's not anywhere. Doesn't look like. He's not anywhere. So that would be my guy, right, Red John? Penix and JJ moving up, maybe 5 quarterbacks ahead of us. That'd be great. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? And push these guys down, dude. So if you had 5 quarterbacks in the top 10, 5 quarterbacks go in the top 10. Alt is still going to be gone, in my opinion. But I think Marvin Harrison and Neighbors are going. So that's 7 picks. I think there's a defensive guy in there, but I don't know. Where's JD? Did he do anything? Is there any news out there? I don't know. I want to see some news. The lights are flickering in the back. I don't see flickering. Anybody else see flickering? No, dude. Flickering looks like this. That's flickery, right? You got this one. That's called lightning. What's this one? Ooh. What's this one? This one's a drop. I don't know what that's all about. What's this? Oh, look at that. Yeah, no, I had it on regular. You want just regular lights? You want something like that? How about we do this? Purple. For this, Vikings. Imagine that whole thing happened again, Eric. Imagine that happened again. Like, even with that, like when we let Chad go, like the Jets are just, this is what we do. We traded for Favre. We let Chad go for nothing. Where does he go? He goes to a division rival and wins the division. Right? We didn't do anything. We should have traded him. Even if you get a 6, who cares? And you control the situation. You don't let him go to Miami. Then what do we do the next year? We let Brett Favre retire. And he goes and plays 2 years. Goes to the NFC Championship game with the Vikings. Great. Here we are again with Huff. Breaking news per White Castle in Patterson. There's no White Castle in Patterson. You're thinking Passaic. I'm pretty sure there's no White Castle. I used to smoke a lot of crack in Patterson, Matt. I would know if there's a White Castle. Now, this is a new one. Are there any new White Castles? I don't know. Passaic. And there's one in East Orange that I used to go to. I think it's East Orange. Maybe just Orange. But I don't think so. I don't know. Your source is weak. Your source is weak. Let's see. I still don't understand why we never traded Chad. I know, I'm telling you. And believe me, even then, dude, I was bitching and complaining about it. People say, calm down. Chad's done. He's washed. Okay. He's washed. He went and won the division. Now, granted, that was the Wildcat year, so Chad wasn't necessarily, lighting up the league, but he was good enough. He was solid. He played very well. And when Chad was a great quarterback, man. The injuries obviously killed him. He was the last real quarterback. I mean, we had the Fitzpatrick year. Sanchez did whatever he did. But Chad was a legit championship level quarterback. He didn't have the strong arm, but he was incredibly accurate. His play fakes were amazing, incredibly intelligent, and a winner. And it was just injury after injury. Remember in the Giants preseason game when that asshole slammed him and broke his wrist? I was with Joe the cop. We were watching that in my apartment. And we just looked. We went, oh, there goes our season. There it is. Preseason. It's over. And it was. That's our luck. That's how it goes. Not trading him, doing the same shit. It's like when Tanny gave Sand, like we were in on, or at least we made the attempt in the Peyton Manning sweepstakes. He was never coming here, but we did it nonetheless. We tried to do it. And is this it? Did I find the clip? Hold on. Let me see. Nope. That's not it. Let me see. That's not it either. Hold on. We're close though. I'm in that area. Oh, this might be it. Hold on. All right, hold on. I think I got it. Let me see. Wait, that's not it. I'm close. Here it is. You guys want to see the clip? Let me see. Let me see. Make sure this is it. Okay, here we go. I got the clip. So, but yeah, man. I mean, and we let guys go because, when we gave Sand. That's what I was saying. We were in on the Peyton Manning thing. We didn't get him. And what did Tanny do? Tannenbaum? He gave Mark Sanchez an unnecessarily and unwarranted contract extension and pay raise. What are we? Like, we constantly make these foolish moves. East Orange by the train station, right? I used to go there. I love White Castle, dude. The background is distracting from Jet's chaos. You mean like, so I should get a green screen? Is that what you're saying? I should get a green screen so my head goes in and out and there's like a blurry thing around my head and all that, like somebody else I know? Is that what I should do? Tell me what I should do. All right, let's do this clip. This is me and remember Frankie from Flatbush, the great Frankie from Flatbush. Hold on. We were talking about the Denzel Mims situation. Let me know if you can hear it, though. Sometimes I have issues with the sound. Thank you, AJ Osborne. Screw Jeremy. Screw Jeremy right where he eats his eggs, right? All right, so here we go. Can I make it bigger? Let me see. Right. There we go. So there's the anniversary. We're the 1 year anniversary of the salmon.
Nuts checking in. So Clay Wavy, you're not.
Can you guys hear it? Tell me if you can hear it. What happened to Frankie? He just kind of he went in another direction. Can you guys hear it when I played it? I don't want to waste your time if you can't hear it. Yep. Okay, great. Here you go. So this is us talking about the Denzel Mims thing.
Only drinking for Barrios. It's also the 1 year anniversary of the salmon incident. Right. Now look at this. So 1 year, look what's happened. Denzel Mims went into that food poisoning. He had his tray. He walked into that cafeteria. Well, think about this, Frankie. He walked in that day. He had an orange juice, little orange juice cup with the tinfoil peel. He had one of those things. He had a spork in a napkin, and he walked into the cafeteria with his tray. He had all our support. The entirety of the media thought Denzel Mims is going to break out. He walked in there. He said, the salmon. And since then, 1 year later, look at the world. Look at the Denzel Mims world.
The lesson there is always choose the beef.
So there it is. Always choose the beef. Per Frankie from Flatbush. I know. I miss Frankie too. Sincerely. Frankie's a very good dude, and he's fun to chat with. He's still a Jets fan. He's popped in from time to time. Yeah, Frankie made the phrase Country Club Connor, which has been adopted by Connor Hughes. And Dick Chimney is another one, Frankie. That's another Frankie. Coffee with Frankie. Remember that? Yeah, Frankie said, this is fucking bullshit. I'm wasting I can't make $1 here. But yeah, he had stuff. You know, Frankie had some good stuff going on. And from what I understand, he's got, big moves that he's making in his life. So we'll see. I'd like to get Frankie on one day, but I don't want to, he's made his choice. I respect him. I respect Frankie as a man, and I respect his choices. So there's no Jets news, huh? Nothing. You guys got nothing? Because if that's the case, there's nothing. Nothing. Oh, man, it's just we signed a defensive tackle. That's all we did today. Tyron Smith. Oh, there it is. Jets Muse. That's where Matt and Matthias got that one. But yeah, I'd like to, Roger. He said one day I'd be willing to come back as a guest co-host or a guest on the show, whatever. But I left it to him, so I could reach out again. But it's been a while. So I could reach out again. But again, I respect it. I don't want to pester him, So with that all said, guys, just remember to unsubscribe from Jets Chaos. It's useless. Why even watch that channel? That's what I say. Brooklyn Brothers food review. Not worth it. So that's all I have to say. Don't forget to milk thumb me, guys. Give me a like. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. If you're on Twitter, and there are quite a few of you, 703 people on Twitter right now watching this. if you'd be so kind to follow little old GreenBean, that would be great. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. Guys, don't forget about the Talking Jets draft party, talkingjets.com. Come and hang out with us. It's going to be a blast. Open bar. That's all I got to say. 3 hours of open bar, hanging out with Matt O'Leary, Ryan, and myself. Jeremy will be there, sad to say. But you don't have to talk to Jeremy, so just remember that. You don't have to. He'll bother you a little bit. You just go, dude, get the fuck out of here. He'll leave. He's going to bother you a little bit, but you can just tell him to go away and he'll leave. That shouldn't be a deterrent. But anyway, with that all said, I'm going to get out of here and go to bed. I love you guys. I wish there was some news. That was my hope. Anders, we got to sign Tyron Smith. I agree. Tyron Smith, Tyler Boyd. That's what we got to see. And you guys are the best. Let me get this up. Have a good night, everybody. Let me do this real quick. Whoops. There it is. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you next time.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
We competing today. I see some ass off the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody.
Dig, drop, you're finished.